championship wrestling right from beginning to end. Davey?
Oh, we got a tag team match to get things going today. Sputnik Monroe Jr. will be in here teamed with Danny Davis going against the King, Jerry Lawler, and the superstar, Bill Dundee, in a tag team match.
Let me stop right there and say that for a lot of the folks that don't know, they do now. By golly, Dundee and Lawler are once again the Southern Tag Team Champions. We're going to have a chance to see them winning that crown, too, so we'll be looking at that.
All right, coming up later. And also, we have another tag team match, which Tony Charles will be teamed with Tommy Gilbert Jr. against Larry Latham and Wayne Ferris. Single match.
Good one.
Yep. Dallas Montgomery against Rick Oliver. And we'll have Jerry Bryant against Big Ron Bass.
Hey, that's going to be something interesting. Great experience, too, for Tommy Gilbert working with Tony Charles, a fine veteran. Like working with his dad. He's going to learn a lot. That'll be a terrific match, too. Looks like we got a lot of action. You stay right there. And by golly, I'll tell you what, we're going to crank her up and get ready to go with that opening bout in just a moment.
Total of 444 pounds. On the left of your screen from Jackson, Tennessee, Danny Davis. And from Chicago, Illinois, Sputnik Monroe Jr. On the right of your screen, total weight 458 pounds. From Australia, the superstar, Bill Dundee. And from Memphis, Tennessee, the King, Jerry Lawler. This match, one fall, 15-minute time limit. Referee, Jerry Calhoun.
Okay, there are the introductions in there. Davey and Davis and Monroe, Dundee and Lawler ought to make a fine pairing for a fact. The King getting rid of his crown and Dundee coming out of that classy jumpsuit. Adds that little Dundee touch to it. He gets out of it. Referee Jerry Calhoun trying to get him straight on this side as to who's going to start. And it will be, in fact, Danny Davis against Bill Dundee. Ready for bell time. Here we go.
Underway, non-title match. Even though Lawler and Dundee do now have the Southern Tag belts, they are not on the line in this one. Bill Dundee against Danny Davis. Dundee puts Davis on the mat hard. Dundee with a body scissors on Davis. Dundee breaks the hole. Dundee flips Davis to the mat. Oh, Davis kicks him back. Davis on his feet quickly. These two have had some battles in recent months. They have had 2 or 3 single matches against each other. Dundee makes the tag. A double flip by the King and the superstar on Danny Davis, and he works his way over to the corner and says, come on, I want to tag. Sputnik Monroe Jr. not too sure. He wants to get in there. But the tag is made, and Sputnik Monroe Jr. will be going against Jerry the King Lawler. King checking out the wrestling attire of Sputnik Monroe Jr. It's colorful. King with a leg drop. Step over toe hold. And Sputnik Monroe Jr. on the mat. Both shoulders down briefly. 1 count by referee Jerry Calhoun. Danny Davis complaining to the referee that that was an illegal move by the King. But referee Jerry Calhoun said, nope, I saw it. Nothing wrong with that. Sputnik Monroe Jr. considering hair pulling, being stopped by the referee. Lawler chasing him around the ring. Monroe leans outside the ropes.
We got to make mention of Sputnik Jr.'s attire.
Yeah, the only comment I've been able to think of so far is colorful. Unusual, maybe. How about just polka dot?
It's even too wild for just polka dot.
Yeah. Tag made. Here comes Dundee. Superstar with a body slam on Sputnik Monroe Jr. He follows with a foot. Monroe to the corner. Makes the tag on Danny Davis.
Old adversary right here. Look at that Dundee rushing.
Dundee waits for it, rolls into the mat. Davis bounces back to his feet, over to the rope. Threatens Dundee with a fist, and then back into the ropes again.
Yeah, he's putting on a little weight, getting a little heavy. Yes, he is.
I think when we first saw Danny, he weighed about 201, 222, something like that. He's up to around 212, 216 now. The King, he's firing that left hand at Danny Davis. Puts him down to the mat with a right. Referee Jerry Calhoun here, warning him about closed fist. Danny Davis gets the tag on Sputnik Monroe Jr. and takes himself out to the apron. Monroe backs Lawler onto the rope. Fires a broad arm. Lawler puts him down to the mat, too.
Jerry Calhoun, a referee, not having much luck getting it across to Lawler that this is not a boxing match.
That's right.
He's popped him, he and Davis, good many times.
Now Monroe, shake hands, make friends. The King, alert. Monroe back to his corner, conference with Danny Davis. No tag made, so Monroe staying in there. Davis jumps through the ropes, grabs the King from behind. Monroe, right fist. He didn't make very good contact, though. Everybody in there now. Dundee back out on the apron. Monroe, he thought about the right fist, didn't use it. He climbs the ropes instead. Up on the top rope, Lawler gets to him. Flips it back in the center of the ring, starts pounding on him with a right hand. We're coming up on the 6-minute mark in a one-fall, 15-minute time limit match. Monroe Jr. run into a broad arm thrown by Bill Dundee. Cover 1, 2, 3. That's it. Lawler stands guard to keep Danny Davis from interfering. And Lawler and Dundee get the win. 6 minutes, 7 seconds the time on it.
Yes, good scrap in there. It went to the team that was heavily favored. Lawler and Dundee, obviously a top-flight tag team. They have held Southern Tag titles, now being the second occasion. They had it before for a long time. But Davis and Monroe battled them right at it. Couldn't do that much with them. At times had a good move on them, and by golly, I'll tell you, it was some kind of about 6-7 minutes, something like that. Right. Want to take the chance right now to hop up here and walk around and congratulate the new Southern Tag champion, Jerry and Billy. Congratulations on that big win of the Southern Tag Championship from Fuji and Tanaka. I know that it was a situation that you guys feel right back at home.
Well, to be perfectly honest with you, I don't know if you realize this or not, but we were almost not the Southern Tag Team Champions because Gorgeous George, Fuji, Tanaka, they've been raising all kind of protests all week long because they said Bill was a substitute.
Yes.
And actually, the AWA ordered this match to clear it all up.
And it was a particular situation where Fuji and Tanaka, with the size, but they weren't able to do a number with you two guys. You just stayed.
That's right, Lance. If they didn't want to put the belts on the line, that you'd never accepted the substitute in the first place, right? Now they're like babies. They're crying over spilt milk. But the milk, it's all going to be put back together, brother, because we're the champions and we're going to stay the champions.
You have the film of us winning?
Yeah, I wanted to take a look at that, but for the fans, too, again, congratulations. Let's take a look. We said a little bit earlier we were going to show you the match in which Bill Dundee and Jerry the King Lawler won the titles. Let's take a look at it right now. Southern Tag Team Championship belts on the line. Jerry Lawler, Bill Dundee challenging Mr. Fuji and Professor Tanaka. Fuji goes after Lawler, rubs his hand at his eyes. Fuji does that ceremony with that salt before it's over with. He got out and picked up what was remaining in the little packet that he had. Here comes Tanaka after Lawler. And out he goes, and Fuji comes back after him. Referee runs Tanaka out, and Fuji takes over. Fuji. Lawler, partner tonight, Bill Dundee, was an unexpected pleasure for Bill and Jerry. Lawler was scheduled to challenge with Thunderbolt Patterson, but the Thunderbolt apparently had transportation difficulties and did not arrive. Lawler out of the ring, down on the floor. Lawler back up on the ring apron, and Fuji again waiting on him. We're 9 minutes into action, and Lawler comes back with a right. Takes a chop. Fires 2 more rights. Fuji chops him in the side, hammers in, and Lawler steps out of the way as Fuji goes sailing out on the floor. Dundee hammers that head into a turnbuckle, or rather a ring post. Here's the tag on Dundee, and here comes Billy. Dundee around behind into a sleeper, but Fuji catches him with a foot. Chop from Fuji. 1. Lawler breaks it up. Foot on the head of Fuji, and there's a tag on Tanaka. Tanaka is sent back out, and here he comes in. I either jumped it or somebody missed it somewhere. I thought he had tagged before. From behind, Tanaka with a pressure point. Fuji comes in and just jerks Dundee backward by the hair. Once again, Dundee pulled backward. Dundee jumped for Lawler, missed him. Tanaka holding on to that pressure point, and Billy wraps him with a pretty good right hand. As Dundee tried to hurdle over Tanaka, he was caught in midair. Woo! The professor really decked him with a big chop. Goes back to the pressure point. Drop kick on Fuji from behind. Lawler after Tanaka. There goes Dundee out on the floor. Fuji going after Lawler. Lawler slammed. Fuji off the top rope, misses Lawler. Takes a big elbow. 1, 2, 3. And that's it. 14 minutes, 20 seconds. The new Southern Tag Champions, Lawler and Dundee.
I don't know what they're bellyaching about. The guy that was supposed to wrestle beat him, right?
That's exactly what happened, man.
Thank you, Lance.
Right in there.
Pretty hot.
Congratulations once again.
Can we come back and talk to you a little later?
I certainly hope so someday. The King and the Superstar. And they are really pleased. You can tell they're full of themselves with those Southern Tag belts. We're going to be back with more wrestling action coming up in just a bit. You can go zipping on down and get yourself some tickets in advance. You won't have to worry about them on Monday. However, all day on Monday, you're going to have the chance to get them 2 in advance of the match time that night, which will be 8 p.m. If you're there at 8, you will see the opening bout. It'll be Danny Davis and Jerry Bryant. Ought to be a doggone good pairing right there. Rick Oliver will be going against Tony Charles in the second match. Larry Latham and Wayne Ferris will be going against the team of Gilbert and Gilbert. Ought to be a doggone good match right there, as they're no strangers to each other either. Plowboy Frazier, the big guy, 420 pounds, will be going against 290-pound Ron Bass, the outlaw out of Pampa, Texas. And then a Southern Tag Team Championship match. This will have as the new champions, Lawler and Dundee, going against the former champions, Mr. Fuji, Professor Tanaka. A bout that certainly deserves to take place, and you will see a good one right there. And listen to this final bout. Now, the stipulations are here. The Southern Heavyweight title will be at stake. The new title holder, Robert Fuller, will be defending against the former champ, the Mongolian Stomper. And the Stomper, in order to get this bout, has agreed that if he does not win, he will leave town. So Fuller will have a chance to defend his Southern Heavyweight title against the rugged Mongolian Stomper, and if the Stomper doesn't win it back, he's going to be leaving town. So that's all Monday night, 8 p.m. You be sure and get your tickets today up to 5 o'clock or all day on Monday. And back out here, rested after their bout. We're back. The King, you're back one more time, and I want to talk to you about
Brighten up your day, Lance.
Brighten up my day. Okay.
You never did ask me what happened to Thunderbolt Patterson.
Well, I hadn't gotten around to it. What happened to Thunderbolt Patterson?
I don't know yet, man. I haven't heard a word.
He was riding on one of them boats that was coming loose and they couldn't fly the plane, man. I guess that's
what it is, because the actual fact of the matter is that Thunderbolt did not make it for the Monday night.
I didn't really miss him too much, you know. I felt kind of funny standing out here holding hands with him last week. I thought I thought he had something else on his mind there for a while.
Listen, all right.
Let me ask you something. Real
No,
that guy has got a fascinating set of eyes, hasn't he?
All right, listen. I want to ask Bill Dundee this. When
his eyes and your nose would make a great thing. Go ahead.
Get out of here, will you? Turn my back on that guy. When Jerry came to you, when Thunderbolt was not there, you had just finished, and by the way, we'll get a chance to see it a little bit later on, that bout with Dick Slater. We've got it on tape. It was a vicious kind of thing. When he asked you about that, man, you were really not in any great shape to go back in that ring.
Well, that's right, Lance, but I said this a million times. When the King's in wrestling, when he's nothing else on his mind but wrestling, he's hard to beat. Now, I just went out there and stood in the corner, and there would go a little guy, go help him. But he beat him all by himself, brother. He didn't need me. So this is all I got to tell you. Monday night, it's all signed, brothers. Bill Dundee and the King signing. We're the champions, right? Okay, we're going in there with everything to do. We had nothing to lose last week, Lance Russell. They had the belts.
That's right.
This week, we got them. We're going to... Hey, this is home to us, brother. We ain't leaving Memphis. This is where we like to stay, Memphis, Tennessee. And we're going to be the champions. We may even we're Monday night walking down the street, who knows, but we're going to be the champions.
Okay. Well, Fuji and Tanaka aren't going to take this any lightly. They sure didn't, and all week long have been complaining and moaning the fact that it was an illegal bout because Dundee was not originally the one that's supposed to be in there.
Well, let me say, you know, sometimes I think it may be best to take things lightly. I think you can take a lot of things too seriously, and that's one reason, you know, I can stand here and joke because Bill and I feel at ease as a team, you know, and I think we think alike out there, and sometimes you get two guys that don't particularly care about being a team, and they think, you know, they're thinking on their own, and one man wants to try to outshine the other. Well, that's not the case with Bill and I. All we're in there doing is interested in winning the match, and that's why I enjoy being Bill's partner, and I think that's why we make a successful team, and that's also why Tanaka and Fuji don't have a chance against us Monday night.
Monday night will be the proof of the pudding. If you can do it 2 in a row, babe, you got it right then and there, because you've already got the belts, you own them, you beat Tanaka and Fuji. Monday night, it will be a return match, an opportunity for you to prove that it was no fluke win as they maintain that it was.
And can I say one word of commendation there? I don't know if you saw or not. You know, the referees get so much flack, but I gotta say, old Calhoun did a good job last Monday night, and I think he even helped us out maybe a little bit. And So, like you said, we do it 2 in a row. We're going to be the champions. I think that's what the people in this area have wanted, some champions they can be proud of, not a bunch of jerks like Fuji, Gorgeous George, the Stomper. You know, this kind of thing is when they come out here saying we are the champion, we represent the people in this area, you know, we don't need that kind of stuff. So we're going to try to give the people some champions they can be proud of.
All right, we'll be looking for it Monday night, Billy.
And the champions are going to Jackson tonight, brother. We're going to be in Jackson, Tennessee.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to be up there with you, too, Billy.
Right.
We'll see you there.
I'm not going to say what channel, but my radio show's on tonight 11.
No way to get along with him, the old king, Jerry Lawler. We'll be back with more action coming up in just a moment.
These models could be bankers, lawyers, office workers, teachers, salesmen, but they all have one thing in common. They all bought their suits, sport coats, and slacks at Berry Manufacturing Company and were not ashamed to save money. In these days of inflation and high prices, how about you? At Berry, you can buy vested suits from only $69.95, sport coats from $38.95, slacks from $14.95. Berry Manufacturing Company, still offering you sensational quality at down-to-earth prices.
Whoa! Look at there! Monroe's giving away $10. Just go to any participating dealer before June 30, make your best deal on Ford Radiomatic or Monroe Magnum 60 shock, and he'll give you
471 pounds. From Louisiana, Larry Latham. And from Memphis, Tennessee, Wayne Ferris. Going against him on the right of your screen, total weight 423 pounds. From South Wales, Great Britain, Tony Charles, his partner from Lexington, Tennessee, Tommy Gilbert Jr. This match, 1 fall, 15-minute time limit. Referee is Paul Morton.
And the team of Latham and Ferris pulling off their capes and their shades, and Latham is going to be starting, and across the ring, let's see whether it'll be veteran Tony Charles. Yeah, Tony is going to get off and run in with an opener at showtime, and here we go. There he is. You look at that little infectious grin on the Welshman's face, and he is something else. And he is also something else with those wrestling moves. Hooks that arm, takes Latham right over and down. Latham goes for a top wrist lock. But Tony just converts it immediately, headlocks him, mares him right over, and springs a leg on Larry Latham. Tag Wayne Ferris into the ring. Tony Charles ties up with him. And right away, Tony hooked underneath him and took him over. Keep your eye on Mr. Charles, one of the real masters. You see a good move, double leg dive, took him forward, jumps over, covers for 1, and that's about it. But you gotta wonder what hits you when that Tony Charles starts moving with those moves and counter moves on you. Something else. Tag out. Latham gonna try it again. And to the top and down. Tony takes it to the outside with the hand. Bends it back right at the wrist. Tommy Gilbert Jr., partner of Tony Charles, standing outside waiting for whatever help he can be to Tony. And here comes Wayne Ferris. Ferris taken right over as Charles got that wrist in a leverage position and really just backed him down with it. He was going for a wrist lock right there. Ferris moved to him. But look at that. He spins him over 1. Ooh, so quick.
Tony, one of the finest wrestlers with a counter move that you will find anywhere. It's tough to set up on a hold and keep it on Tony Charles for long.
And Latham being wound up. Right down into the jackknife 1, but that's all it is. He couldn't get the 3 out. I mean, Latham squirmed, kicked, and fought his way out of it at 1 1/4, really. Tony behind with the full Nelson. Takes him around and over the shoulder. Chin locks him. Hanging with that reverse face lock. on Larry Latham. Close to his own corner. In the event, he should elect the tag out. Covers Latham once, but Latham slugs him with both arms going straight up and gets himself out of that count. Hip toss as he locked Charles, and Tony kicks out right away. Tag on Wayne Ferris. And moving in and out pretty good, Ferris and Latham. And as he comes in, a big bar from Tony. Look at that. With that leg, did he take him over? Hope you got a good look at that one. Classic move. There's Ferris. Didn't like it at all. Leg dive, single.
We're 3.5 minutes into the action.
He's kind of giving the young fella in the corner there kind of a clinical lesson here. Take a look at this, because he's showing him the way to do it.
That is great experience in itself for Tommy Gilbert Jr. If he just watches those moves of Tony Charles, he's got to learn.
Get that right. Tony takes it over and turns it over to the young guy. Drops down with the lower leg on Wayne Ferris. Springs it. He learns something.
Yes, he did.
Hooks that leg up, moves in on him. Gotta watch yourself here. That other leg can kick you right in the mouth before you know what's happening. He grabbed tights that time, and look at that. Young Tommy, eager boy, if nothing else, he really will stay on top of you. He went for him and kept him from getting to the corner. Tags Tony. And Charles back into work. Takes the toe inside. Wayne Ferris on the deck. Tony with it inside. Provides the leverage on his own arms as he brings the toe inside in there and makes Ferris squirm. Drops with the lower leg. Once again, hooks it up and goes inside with it. He's got his right arm up under the leg, you notice, where he can get a lot of leverage. Tony! Once again, boy, he sprung it good. The bottom of the ring.
Sprung the ring.
Fell out right there. Tags Tommy Gilbert Jr. Tommy. He had it on him. Once again, Ferris tried to get away and go to the corner by using the tights. Young Tommy just stayed right after him. Now Ferris goes for the hair. Latham came through. Couldn't have gotten the tag if he had to. But he's back to the corner, and that's going to be a tag on the fresher man, Latham. Nice single leg dive. Young Tommy really goes after it. Boy, he's in great shape, and he is eager, eager, eager. That coupled with inexperience will sometimes get you in a little bit of trouble. Latham grabs him, manhandles him out, but look at him just stay right after that leg. Talk about that proverbial bulldog staying on your pant leg. That's what Tommy Jr. is doing right now.
He is
just
indeed.
Won't give up.
He's hanging in there. We're almost 6.5 minutes into a 1-fall, 15-minute time limit match.
6.5 minutes down the pike, and we still have 9.5 minutes to go. No, let's make it 8.5 minutes to go. Young Tommy staying on it. Tony very pleased with the way the young fella is just staying right after Latham. He's made a mistake or two in here, but he covers up for him by that eagerness, man. He just is very, very determined. He's going to be a good one. With that single leg dive again, he takes him over and down. Picks it right up. Drops with the lower leg. Latham working his way back toward the corner, tags Ferris. Woo! Ferris, he didn't break quick enough. Ferris got him from behind.
That's where the inexperience you were talking about came in. And Ferris really unloaded on him.
He's taking advantage of it, too. And Ferris, who picked up a lot of experience himself on his Gulf Coast and Bahamas tour, hanging with that reverse face lock very hard on young Tommy. He's out in the center of the ring. He's hanging in there, but Ferris Really applying a pressure on him. Referee checking to be sure that that arm is up on the chin. Satisfied that it is, apparently. And he takes Ferris over. Good move, but he can't get to the corner. Ferris really waylaid him. Caught him with an uppercut with his forearm. Slams him into Latham. Turns it over to Larry.
8 minutes gone, 7 minutes left to wrestle.
At the 8-minute mark, Tommy Jr. in trouble, and he is being held over near the Latham-Ferris corner. Latham surfboards his arms back, plants that head in the middle, squeezing to take the strength out of him. Now with his knee down there, Tommy Jr. hanging in there. He's not likely to give it up right this minute. Boy, he is tenacious in that respect, too. A lot like his dad. Yeah. Too far away to be able to tag partner Tony Charles, and Latham wants to keep it that way. Trying to work his way out. And as the referee was running Wayne Ferris back to the corner, Latham reached up, grabbed the hair, and saved it as Tommy Jr. was airplaning out of that arm problem. Latham still with those arms pulled up behind, and now Tommy Jr. starting to spin on it. Doing everything. He's giving away weight, but he's still trying to force the arms over. Also, Ferris runs up the line, and there's tag, and Wayne Ferris takes over from behind. Nels Tommy Jr. as he was in a position to come out of it. He is being pounded right now by Latham and Ferris.
10-minute mark has just gone by. We have 5 minutes left.
5 minutes to go. 10 down and 5 minutes to go. Wayne Ferris using his height to really pull those arms back. Tommy Jr. hanging in everything he has, and boy, it takes a lot to hang in when somebody's about to put your shoulder blades together backward. And a good move. Got out of it. Couldn't get to the corner, though. Ferris right on top of it. Latham back behind again. Boy, don't you know those shoulder blades got to be so sore. Where they have just been working on that. They could get a submission out of this. You keep it up long enough. A guy can only take so much. But young Tommy really hanging tight. Tony rooting him on from the corner, but he just can't do any more than that. He can't reach him. They've kept him away from that corner. Latham still hanging it. Tommy trying to spin out of it. He's closer to the corner. If he could just get a hand free now. Here comes Ferris. Nails him from behind it. Tony took all he could. He goes after Ferris. Referee trying to break him up, and Ferris outside the ring. The referee runs Tony out. Meanwhile, Latham still hanging in there. Got those arms pulled right up behind. We're running out of time on this bout.
12 minutes gone. That leaves 3 minutes in the time limit.
3 minutes left in the time period as Wayne Ferris now takes over on Tommy Gilbert Jr., who is trying his best to do the smart thing, and that's get to his corner. He needs to get out of there. And Ferris grabs him by the hair and just jerks him back. So determined, Gilbert is. He kept working his way to the corner. And Ferris finally just jerked him right off his feet, and Latham takes over. It's a one-fall, 15-minute time limit bout.
It's been good strategy by Latham and Ferris. They were able to get Tommy Jr. in there, and they have kept him tied up for several minutes away from the tag on Tony Charles.
He close.
Didn't get it, though.
Couldn't make it to the corner, no, sir.
There are now 2 minutes. 2 minutes left.
At the 13-minute mark, Latham and Ferris content to work on young Tommy Jr. But I'll tell you, they're not any closer to a pin because they haven't tried for one. And Tommy Jr. just determined he's not going to give it up. He keeps battling with them, and they're not too far from the time limit. Gilbert loose, tags Tony Charles. Here comes the Welshman. Beautiful block. Oh, again. More in a row for Tony Charles. Smacks them together. Tony gets rid of one of them. He throws Ferris out of there, leaving Latham inside. Puts the shoulder to him.
1 minute.
We're at the 60-second remaining mark. 1 minute.
Oh.
Wayne Ferris pulled a rope down as Charles was going to take the spring, and he went right through the opening of the rope as Tony was going to take it on his back, come flying into Latham. Double clothesline on Tommy Jr., but our time is running down to the wire.
30 seconds.
Ferris back in.
Tony's knee is hurt.
And they're double teaming Tommy Jr. and Tony hurt his knee. He may have hit that strut that stuck out. It fell out earlier. And Tony may have hit it right on the kneecap when Ferris pulled the rope down.
10 seconds.
We're only 10 seconds away. As Tommy Jr. and they're taking the punishment. Here comes his dad. Well, the time had run out. The referee signaled for the bell to be rung, but I think the time had already rung out, and out of there they go.
I just qualified Tony Charles and Eddie Gilbert for outside interference.
Well, okay, that's the decision from referee Paul Morton. There is one of those situations, Dave, where I think it was in the process where I was just getting ready to ring the bell on it, where the time might have been out. So
I think Tommy hit the ring just about 2 seconds before the time limit would have expired anyway. So,
but Tommy Gilbert in there to when his son caught in between Ferris and Latham, and they were really working him over. Tony, as Ferris pulled that down, I don't know, it very well could have been the ring support that was knocked down earlier is sticking out about 1.5 feet below the ring. And when Tony flipped out of that ring, his knee may very well have come right down on that ring support. And Tony was unable to get back in the ring. And they were working over young Tommy, and that signaled for his dad to come flying out there and see if he couldn't help him out, because it was certainly an unfair situation with a 2-on-1 thing in there. So, officially, it is going to be a win for Latham and Ferris on a disqualification. We've got more wrestling action, and we'll be back to it in just a moment.
from Tampa, Florida, Rick Oliver. Going against him, the 220 pounds from Dallas, Texas, Dallas Montgomery. This match one fall 15-minute time limit. Referee Jerry Calhoun. We are underway. Rick Oliver against Dallas Montgomery. Oliver back onto the ropes. Dallas Montgomery broke it cleanly. Back to the center of the ring. Montgomery working on Rick Oliver's left arm. Got the twist on it. Oh, he wraps it up. Oliver, right hand. He pulled it back. Referee Jerry Calhoun right there said, keep it open. Oliver pulls that right fist back again. And again, referee Jerry Calhoun right there makes him open it up. Dallas Montgomery keeping the pressure on the left arm. Oliver backs him into the rope. Off the rope. Good balance by Montgomery. He put Oliver right to that mat. Oliver waiting for it. Montgomery rolls the shoulders down. 1, 2. 2 count is all he gets before Oliver can break out of it. Good move and very alert move by Dallas Montgomery. Oliver, sends his head into the top turnbuckle. Dallas Montgomery put into the rope. The knee by Rick Oliver as he came off the ropes. Oliver put him down with the upper part of the arm. That's legal now. Nothing wrong with that. As long as you don't hit him with the point of the elbow. Rick Oliver with a big body slam on Dallas Montgomery. Oliver follows up with the arm. Count of 1, 2, 3. That's it. It was all Dallas Montgomery for the first minute of the match, but then Rick Oliver really got going, and 2 minutes, 13 seconds, 2:13. The win goes to Rick Oliver from Tampa, Florida.
Yes, and Oliver with a win over Dallas Montgomery. Oliver,
well, they're still stalking each other up there. Dallas Montgomery wants more.
Out of the ring goes Oliver. Oh, yeah. So, coming through with a victory over Dallas Montgomery, Rick Oliver out of Tampa, Florida. Action took place not only in the Southern Tag Championship situation where Lawler and Dundee ended up, as we showed you the tape a little bit earlier, but a very significant bout that took place between Robert Fuller and the Mongolian Stomper. And Robert went in to challenge the Stomper for the Southern Heavyweight title and ended up in a must-win situation where he did, in fact, become the new Southern Heavyweight champion. Thought you might be interested. Let's take a look. That chair. Fuller, his arm hooked and whipped up around. Nobody would look like it. Goes over, kicks his way out. Nice move by Robert. Big Stomper pumped into the ground by Fuller. Chin locked him. Fuller from behind with that reverse face lock on the champion, the Mongolian Stomper. Referee Jerry Calhoun. 1 fall, 60 minutes. Fuller has agreed in the stipulations of this match that he will leave town if he does not win the title. Oh, yeah, a little of the Stomper's own medicine. Fuller with a big foot right in the midsection. Once again, he goes with that reverse face lock. Referee is down. Gorgeous George knocked back down in his chair. And Robert Fuller going after the Stomper. Moves in behind. Goes for that inside leg lock. He could have him right here. Here comes Gorgeous George in a no disqualification match. Robert grabs that. Robert Fuller caught in between the Stomper and George as George charges with that riding crop. He nails the Stomper. Could be it. 2, 3. He beat him. Well, I'll tell you, happy Robert Fuller, I'll tell you, that's what you call just desserts, backfire, or whatever you want to say on George in there. Robert Fuller, the Southern heavyweight champion, and quite an accomplishment it was, in fact, to beat the Mongolian Stomper. We're going to be back with more action for you coming up in just a moment. We, in fact, will do that. I'm waiting to get the Southern heavyweight champion out here. Yeah, here he comes. You ought to have a big smile on your face.
Yeah, I do. I got an awful big smile, and I hear they got some VCR or something out here. George running his mouth. Let's hear that. You are aware of the fact, of course, that we don't want to let George in the studio, and with good reason too. But I did do an interview with him earlier. I'd like to take a listen to it right now. Okay. Last Monday night, this man right here, as Gorgeous George calls him, the eighth wonder of the world, lost his Southern heavyweight title to Robert Fuller in a match where Fuller had to win the title or he had to leave town.
Well, I don't know what's happening in my empire, Lance Russell. Something's happened, man. Something has happened. There's somebody in the woodpile somewhere. They're doing something to me. They're trying their dead level best to get me run out of town, to get my eighth one to run out of town. Robert Fuller, last week, he did some bad things, man, some real crooked dealings, and he ended up with a title. Yes. My Stomper is so nervous, so excited, I can't get along with him. He shouts me, pokes me.
On doubt.